sec. Is that? Okay, there we go. Yeah, and welcome, of course, to CEVO Season 6, Root Up Against Wheel, Revo, Ruptur, Truesight TV. Sorry, for some reason the YouTube VOD didn't start the first time. And of course, I didn't log out of Steam again either. Hashtag production value right here. Anyways. Yeah, and really enjoyed your casting over there, man. Got to catch the end of it. Actually restreamed you from Dota TV with an extra 2-minute delay, I guess, over here. Just so the people here would have something to watch. And, yeah, we had a pretty good game against E-Hug, and together we did it. But unfortunately, together we did it, couldn't quite get their Radiance on time with Spectre, and, well...
So, they didn't do it.
Together we did not quite do it, but we almost did it.
Good, good, good. Words to live by, according to the Revo man himself. Anyway, also a quick shout out to all the viewers on Truesight TV 2, which, I mean, well, thank you for watching us. So, anyway, you're showing the draft, aren't you?
Yeah, I just got it going. I had a little bit of 8 hats to change out here, so yeah.
Oh, okay. You're playing Barbie there. All right, I got you.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyways, Root Gaming ban out the Meepo. Did they do this game 1?
No, not at all. It wasn't Axe actually, the first ban.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, it was crap. No, it was. I think it was a regular ban. I think it was Troll Warlord actually, and then like. I think it was a Bristleback or something like that. I cannot recall. Oh, there it is. So, yeah. So far, Root tried to double dip into this Batrider initiation game, but as I said on the previous game, it just didn't work. Plain and simple. I mean, we were playing really good positional game and just try to. It's like that. It's like when you have a girlfriend and you're like, "Oh, come on, let's get busy here. Let's get busy." And she's like, "Nope, and she's blue balling you pretty much.
Just shut you down at every corner, pretty much.
Yes,
yeah.
Pretty much it was blue ball the game.
And of course they'll ban out the
Not
Medusa
affiliated with dodgeball, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, of course.
Even though you could get blood balls from that. Never mind. Anyway.
They do ban out the Dusa. That Relic played an excellent game on Dusa. When I tuned into that game, I was like, how much farm did they let him get? And it was, yeah. It was like 8 Irish potato farms going on at once there.
It was full bye-bye farm right there. It was just like full bye-bye.
And we do see Brewmaster and Sniper. You've got Brewmaster in the front line to protect the Sniper. Sniper, of course, to sit in the back and dish out damage. And they, of course, ban out 2 of Sniper's most formidable foes, the Spectre and the Storm Spirit. And some of you would say Spectre, especially if you saw our game number 1 over here. But if Spectre gets online, she just presses R to kill Sniper. Unless he's with, like, in the middle of the rest of his team, and then he's probably out of position anyway, and you can kill him.
Well, that's true.
That's at least the idea, build. Yeah.
But considering the how can I say the upcoming Sniper builds, particularly the one that Monkeys Forever was playing, you don't end up being with that squishy sniper that you tend to have. You know, that one with the Satanic and the Sangin Josh on top of a Scotty is like, well, damn, that's a pretty resilient sniper, you know. So I guess, I mean, if they play a traditional sniper, yes, the Spectre would probably destroy him and, you know, pretty much throw him up a new one. But still, I mean, that's the reason why they banned her, and also it seems like they're gonna go with an Abaddon, which is one of those heroes that pretty much Goody, fan of Soyon, just shines playing. You know, he's just that kind of player that he really, you know, I mean, if this guy plays like World of Warcraft or something, this guy has to be one of the best healers that there is, like on an RPG, because that's how he does. He's like, pretty much I'm gonna let all of my team go through this, and I mean, if we lose a hero, it's because I literally couldn't do anything to save you. That's pretty much how good he plays, you know. Omni Knight, Enigma with a full turtle build. I was like expecting like, okay, you're gonna do a Crimson Guard on top of this. I know it didn't make sense in the grand scheme of things, but it's like, well, I mean, you already have the pipe, you already have the mech, might as well just go full the whole 10 yards, you know?
Yeah. And of course, Abaddon is going to be like a magnet for Skywrath Mage's silence. If you don't silence him, he's just going to purge it off of somebody else. So it kind of takes the focus off anyone else on the team, which will be very nice to have. And of course, the Shadow Shaman coming up. Wheel, though, they really love their heals, but Slark going to try to put a dent in their plans. They can't ban out all the initiators that are going to be able to jump onto Sniper, which for a time was at least why we didn't see Sniper picked up. Yes. But now it's the golden age of Sniper right now, for sure.
The golden age of Sniper.
I never thought I'd say that in a serious sense.
Well, I mean, people tend to... I mean, like, a couple of years ago, people were like, ha! People in competitive Dota, please! No, tell you're crazy, man. Well, I guess... yeah, that didn't come through, did it? However,
yeah, not really.
It's a really niche pick, so, you know, take it a little bit with a grain of salt, but it is still a relevant pick in order to, you know, be banned first by Root Gaming, so... Yep. Just saying. Just saying.
I'm interested in that, because in all the Wheel that I've casted, and we were really kind of the ones that brought Wheel out of the kind of work shed there. Us and I guess Hefla did as well with Join Dota League, because those were the only tournaments they were playing in, Join Dota League and Battle of America, when we were casting that, and they've always loved their heals. I mean, Omni Knight, Dazzle,
Treant.
Even Treant from time to time, yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah. It's just, I guess it's the way that that again Goody plays. It's that particular player. He's one of those position 5 supports who really relies on just winning the team fight just by not letting your teammates die, pretty much. Like outlasting the enemy team.
And
that's
Relic too. Like, you could consider Relic a bit of a greedy carry player, but at the same time, it's not so much that he's greedy as he's just very focused on farm and very focused on, I need to get my items now. And nobody really notices how greedy he is, because you always have Fan of Sorian there to catch him in a safety net, almost. And speaking of heals, the Pope of Pestilence has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Necrophos going to be on the board for Wheel in game number 2.
All hail the Fart Lord. Oh, sorry.
I've never heard that one before, but... Shouldn't that be Punch?
I just came up with that. But, and here's the deal. This is really genius from Wheel, in the fact that if you notice, both already Root picked both of their supports, so any Ancient Apparition shenanigans, it's out of the question. So, I mean, they're kind of boxed in. They already have their safe lane carry. They need a mid laner, pretty much.
I mean, is it really out of the question, though? Do you
You're gonna run like 3 support, well, like a Vengeful Core?
Skywrath Core?
Really? Skywrath Core works with an IO, I think. You know, like regular Skywrath Core. He's just too squishy. He has no armor and a really limited HP pool to make it work.
I used to play Skywrath Core in pubs before he was even picked up as a support, like in the competitive scene, and nobody really knew where to put him, so I was just like, yes, I go mid Skywrath Mage, of course.
I mean,
and it worked if you got a Bloodstone really quick, but if you didn't, you were toast.
Also, look what you're facing with as a Skywrath Mage. A Sniper?
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, good luck with that, bro.
I know,
like,
I'll just cast my silent... Where'd he go? Oh, he's all the way back there. Okay.
It's like, well, I'm gonna try to harass you with Arcane Orb. Well, you're gonna get like 4 right clicks in before you're able to cast it, and pray to God that you don't get a headshot, because if it does, you're dead. Pretty much, you're dead.
I like this pickup. I was just gonna say, we've got Skywrath Mage. From this vantage point in the ghastly Eyrie, I can see Sniper, but I cannot touch him.
Exactly. Pretty much, that's the short, the long and short of it, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I mean, I liked Invoker. Invoker has been taking a little bit of a backseat in the meta. Not like he's not getting picked up, he's just not getting picked up as much. And actually, Dragondrop is going to be the one with the Abaddon, which I'm kind of surprised about, to be honest.
Well, I feel like they are very similar in the way they play their supports, so they're very ready to switch things up if need be. So
yeah,
it looks like an interesting game already coming out from Root. The Big Bad Bird picking up the Invoker. Necro picked up by Sleazel. I'm wondering what the lanes are for, well, really either team. I mean, they're extremely flexible at this point, and I don't have open mic on in game. That's what I forgot to do.
Yeah, I had the same issue actually. Like,
well, I turned it off because I was watching you, and I didn't want my voice popping up there when I was muted, and they weren't going to hear me. And what I should have done was just muted my mic with the button, but yeah, never mind.
All right.
Anyways,
so just checking the lanes, I think it's gonna be a Tolera off with the Brewmaster, and it's gonna be Relic mid. The rest is, quick wash. But let's go through the lineups if you want to.
Yeah, you go ahead and take wheel. I'll take over for Root in a second.
All right, for the side of wheel, the guys leading 1-0. We're gonna have Sleazel with the King of the Forts, the Pope of the Pestilence, the Necrophos there. It's kind of fun that I badmouth so much that hero that I actually play a lot. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, he would call himself that too. There's the one line where he picks up a regen rune and he goes, "Ugh, regeneration.
Like,
why do I have to, please?"
Well, I do need the mana though, so damn it. Anyway, we're gonna have Fanasoyan or Goody with the Shadow Shaman, so the Venezuelan superstar here. Sitting next to Relic with the Sniper. I really like that set, actually. That looks quite nice. Also, Derp is going to be with the Abaddon. So, the one of the Misty Fountain, Hallowed thing of a burn as well. There goes on the hands of Derp. On the offlane, we're going to have to learn with his signature Brewmaster, which it's been a while, but I do remember that Brewmaster did a lot of work.
Yeah. On the other side, it's your boy JC playing the Skywrath Mage for Root Gaming. Futse, actually, formerly of Boreal, will be here on the Vengeful Spirit, it looks like. Interesting to see him shuffling about. We've got the Big Bad Bird on Root Gaming's Invoker in the mid lane. On the off lane, we'll have Boreal's 470. Well, previously Boreal's 470, now playing for Root, of course, on the Batrider. And the man of the hour, possibly one of the most educational Dota streams I've ever seen, Banana Slam Jamma up here in the top lane. Big shout out to that guy as well. He apparently was telling people to go to our stream from his stream when he just stopped streaming. So big shout out to them, and of course also we're Truesight TV. I'm SP Revolution 5, joined by Rupture, and I just realized something. Venge is still hanging around in the well because they just got their courier.
Well, that doesn't bode well.
Guys,
well, on the
something?
upside, on the Coca-Cola side of things, at least JC and Banana Slam Jam is gonna get a little bit more experience. So
yeah, and definitely getting your Skywrath some early XP here. I mean, he's already sitting level 2. Venge is level 1, hasn't even put a point in anything because she doesn't have to, and is already sitting on boots too. So it all works out in the end. Don't try this in pubs though, because you'll piss somebody off. We all know.
Yeah,
oh, Invoker getting right click down on the mid lane, and Relic will just dive him. He'll actually take a few tower hits, and if Invoker had a buyback, possibly he could have maybe sunstruck him. He did queue that up right before he went down, but unfortunately it won't be enough.
The fearsome 1 minute buyback. Okay.
I mean, if it secures a kill, it secures a kill,
Yeah,
and it's at very little cost to you at this point.
Just $100 actually.
And what are you doing? You're adding on 8 seconds, like 3 seconds to your death again? I mean, it's not that big a deal. Meanwhile, though, Sleazel will fall in the bot lane to 470. Batrider already making his presence known, and honestly, I'll take a kill on Invoker for a kill for your Batrider any day. It gets Batrider a great start.
And they desperately needed that, actually, because considering how the game 1 went, they need as much initiation as possible, or at least as many windows of initiation as possible. So Root Gaming are relying heavily on their laning phase, just in order to, make plays happen, because on the laning phase, I mean, the heroes are forced to be on a certain part of the map all the time, because they need to farm in order to, transition into a mid game, right? So, by that logic, if you're able to get good momentum on a good initiation, initiator, pretty much you don't have to look for kills. They will be there because they need to be farming. You know, there's not like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna sit the first 10 minutes of the game and try to be like near Roche or wandering around. That doesn't happen in Dota, man, because that would be kind of stupid, to be completely honest. So they don't have. Will doesn't have that chance to actually just roam around the map and just try to, let's say, farm on the jungle like that, because they need to be on the lanes at the beginning. So I mean, they need to get as many punches as they can, pretty much, on the side of root gaming, especially with this kind of lineups.
Yeah. Be interesting to see how we move in. I mean, Necro, a very passive laner up against Batrider, who's someone who can find kills from the off lane, and we've already seen it here. It's going to be very interesting. Meanwhile, Derp is, well, he's sitting level 1 with 80 XP. He does have a triple stack here, going to try to make it a quad. And it looks like he will. Yeah, that's a 4 stack, 4 minutes in. This is textbook, like, I don't need levels, what do I do? Well, stack a camp 4 times. Sure, no one can clear it, but when it's stacked that much, chances are no one on the enemy team can clear it either. At least not this early in the game. So you're just giving your carries something to fall back on if things go bad. And even if things aren't going too bad, they're going to have that to work with. And Derp actually moving into the jungle. He does spot out Futse, who I believe has seen him now. As Relic is going to get stunned up here. Big Bad Bird looking for Cold Snap. But the Abaddon Purge will purge that off. And Big Bad Bird is probably going down here. A Tornado to come out just to throw some damage back at him. And Relic looking for a headshot or assassinate if they need it. Derp, he may have spent the first minute or two at level 1. But he's getting his levels now as he finds a double kill this early in the game. And Wheel could be well on their way to a second game of the series.
Yeah, quick 2-0 for them. It could be like, I mean, Derp getting the kill with the shield is kind of lucky, I would say, but at the same time, it's like, well, it's really fortunate for him. That would be the better word to describe this, because he's able to ensure that extra experience that he denied himself at the first minutes of the game, and also getting the kill onto the Vengeful Spirit on top does help a lot.
Especially considering Venge is starved as well. I mean, she's got level 2 now, but not that much.
Yeah, and also considering that the thing that happened with Rudy was like, okay, we're not gonna pay heed to Derp rotating here, even though we can see him, just because it's like, well, it's an Abaddon and a sniper. It's like, well, we can deal with this, but all of a sudden, Tolera, and then it's just like, oh crap. And speaking of crap, Futsi might be, in a lot of doo doo.
Okay.
A lot of doo doo.
One thing we haven't talked about though is the quiet presence of the Slark on the top lane. Banana Slam Jamma is sitting on a Midas recipe, and he'll have a 6-minute Midas once he gets one more last hit somewhere. Gonna just grab 2 for good measure. Actually, he's really taking his time here. I think he doesn't want them to see him go to the shop, but I mean, they know something's up here. That's a 6.5-minute hand of Midas, and this is reminding me a lot of the game yesterday that I got the cast of Burdens United, where Sing Sing was getting a lot. Now, bot lane, we're gonna have Derp coming in here. They did throw off a Death Pulse from Sleazel. If he could find the Big Bad Bird in time and throw off one more, he could actually get the kill, since that's not disjointed by Invis, but won't quite be able to do so. Big Bad Bird already on the way out, and it looks like it is going to be a Quaswex control build from him. Can't blame him for that. It gives you long-range initiation on the sniper with, Tornado. Yeah.
Yes.
And
the thing that goes spin. Yes.
That spinny natural disaster thing. And Slark is just left to dish out the damage, which he can definitely do if he gets a good jump on Sniper. Now, Banana going ahead and throwing off a Purge pretty early here to keep Tolera from harassing him too much. I mean, this is going to be a very good hero against Brewmaster. You're going to be able to purge stuns from the Earth Panda, slows from, well, anything, and of course that mischance. The extra mischance from Drunken Haze. He'll actually, whoa, he'll leap in. Yeah, I was thinking the action was finally stopping up there, but with the Cold Snap from Invoker, they'll clean up the kill. Big Bad Bird finding another, but your boy JC is going down on the mid lane. And, Relic, well, he's really dominating at this point. He may only have a killing spree, but we know in our hearts that Relic is dominating. 3-0-3.
Yeah, I mean, so far, I mean, we're 8 minutes in, so 3-0 is pretty darn good. Also, Sleazel going for the greedy side of things as well. I don't blame him, and honestly, it's weird because on the laning phase, the Necrophos is one of the most passive heroes, you could say, but at the same time, he's one of those heroes that you don't really want to engage into unless you have like backup, because just by sheer right clicks and a couple of death pulses, he is able to turn that fight into you.
Yeah. Now, he is a carry who is very reliant on stats, in my opinion.
Yes.
Whether he builds stats items or not, it's very important for him to have them because, well, he's relying on regen, he's relying on his mana pool, especially early on. And that's one of the reasons Slark's going to do pretty well against him. Looks like we have Tranquils on the what?
Did he screw up the build?
I think he screwed up the build.
Okay, he's just gonna wing it then. Because I think he was gonna go for a Bassi, to be honest.
I would imagine. I mean, it's not that bad if you're focusing mostly on casting and not really getting in anyone's face. Especially if you kind of want to go Wexort here. Now, that build generally is going to get in someone's face, but is that a... No. 1, 2, 3... Yeah, it's only a 4-stack again, but... Relic will be able to farm this with not only his Mask of Madness, but Shrapnel as well. Here. Sorry for getting distracted from the Invoker, but I just noticed there was a huge stack going on once again.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Goody, just try to reach up that level 6.
Yeah, they're giving him space, and this is something you definitely need to do with the Shadow Shaman on the team. Getting him a pair of mana boots, a blink early on, as well as giving him his early 6 will do wonders for your team later. And just to put it in perspective, Venge is sitting level 3, Skywrath is sitting level 5, Abaddon is level 5, Shaman's level 5. So they're definitely staying far ahead of Futse here, who isn't the most level-dependent support, but still important.
He needs something at least, you know. He needs at least the level 11 to get the level 2 another swap, and then be like really good at initiating the enemy team.
Yeah,
they're gonna jump into Solera there.
Yeah. They've got a stun, no swap needed. Armor reduction coming out as well. He'll get the split off, though, and turn into Regoose. Big Bad Bird gonna get rocked and rolled here. As Sniper throws out a headshot, he'll actually secure the kill with it. Relic now dominating, but goes down to the Skywrath Mage. Banana Slam Jamma coming in here, kind of trying to wait out the Brewmaster ult. He'll actually purge off the stun, possibly get away here. 470, grabs Derp, grabs him back. They're looking for Tolera, but he actually just put Derp in position to save Tolera and find a kill on Futse. Your boy JC looking for the kill. Banana Slam Jamma will finally help him find it. And it's a double kill for the support Skywrath Mage, finding him level 6, but a lot of casualties, a lot of blood on the battlefield after that one.
And in the meantime...
Oh yeah, and Shaman hits level 6 and just says, hi, I summoned my wards. And he's going straight for that Blink Dagger, I believe.
Yeah, and Sleazel is just chilling, man. Just getting the XP actually is really good for him. Even though Necrophos is highly dependent on his farm in the fact that he needs to be tanky in order to, you know, pretty much carry the game. The experience is, I think, at least the first 12 levels are paramount for him, I would say.
All of his skills are so good that you want to max them all at once. It's like, well, what do I max first? Well, I mean, you say particularly Sadist, that's great for sustain, but Death Pulse is so good for damage. Heartstopper Aura is really good for damage, and really good for just standing in lane and saying, ha, you can't touch me. What are you gonna do? And I'm wondering, do we see Sleazel pick up a Radiance here? It's a very old school build on Necro.
Well,
it's kind of like the old Bloodseeker, you know, where he would get the Radiance and then he'd just heal all the time because all of a sudden,
everything died.
Yeah,
pretty much. I think he's just gonna go for a full blown out axe, I would assume, because he does need the extra buffer stats just to, you know, start making a bigger impact, and also the fact that, you know, the extra threshold.
They found Relic, and they'll take him down yet again. 1,500 gold up on him. He did, I believe, have Mask of Madness on. Let's see what it is for him. I think it is. I think it is a Radiance. Or Touch Courier. Okay. It's actually a Bloodstone. Okay. The other kind of old school build. I like this a bit less, but it does make him tanky, whereas the Radiance, he's still very much a glass cannon, and yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that he didn't went for the Soul Ring first, though. That's the only thing that I'm kind of like having qualms about. But at the same time, if you're able to rush the soul booster, by all means. I mean, it's 450 health and 400 mana. Jesus Christ!
And it gives you basically a perseverance's worth of regen as well. So 100% mana regen, 4 HP regen. It's kind of like just Bloodstone's little brother in a way.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a prototype Bloodstone, you could say, and that works pretty well with the Sadist again, because Sadist is the second skill that you want to max out easy, like as quickly as possible as a Necrophos, because that's what keeps you sustaining. And one of the things that make Necrophos so good for carrying is the fact that you never have to go back to base after you get level 4 Sadist. Pretty much it's like, well, I'm just gonna kill creeps in order to regen my mana, and afterwards it's just spam death balls. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, man.
Yeah. Now
also
Slark picks up a Shadow Blade and Sniper's going for one. I don't like this from Relic.
Yeah,
I mean, I kind of like it because I'd like to see a game 3, but... Oh, but Tolera with the blink in, no clap even needed. He goes ahead and pops the ult. Your boy JC going down fast. It looks like actually Necro will go down before the fight even really begins. Relic picked off as well. Banana Slam Jammer with a double kill, make it a triple possibly as Fan of Soyon is under fire. He got the wards off near the tower, I believe. Derp derp. He doesn't have an ult up right now, and Tolera will be forced to blink back, but 470 blinking it on. No lasso there, but I don't know that it's needed as a swap back from Futse. It's an ultra kill for Banana Slam Jamma, and they only lose one in the process, and it's a 5-man wipe. So, fight recap going to show us, oh dear, a 3k gold swing.
And consider this is 50 minutes in. Ay. Those are the kind of fights that turn the game
very early
or against you.
But it also shows us it's going to be a very exciting one no matter how long it goes. I mean, they could theoretically just end the game right now and I'd be relatively satisfied. Please don't, but
relatively. That's the biggest part of the whole thing. Yeah, I don't agree with Relic going on Shadow Blade, to be completely honest. It's just I mean, versus Slark is kind of it's a really bad item versus Slark, just by the fact of that he's able to know where you're nearby, just by the Shadow Dance. So I mean, if you're still roaming around as a sniper, he's like, well, I know you're here, so I'm just gonna pop a smoke, and oh, guess what? I do have also Shadow Blade, but unlike you don't know where I am. So,
yeah, not without hacks anyway.
Yeah, so good luck with that.
Shout out to Union Gaming.
Yeah. If anything, at least it's gonna force the enemy lineup to actually borrow wards or gem, but at the same time, I mean, when you have a Slark, getting a gem is actually like a really de facto idea anyway, because it's gonna be able to de-ward for you.
You already know generally where the wards are, why not pinpoint them? And if they lose the gem, okay, so what? Slark is probably gonna be fine, even with the Shadow Blade. And speaking of someone who's not going to be fine, Sleazel gonna get jumped on. He can't even get an ult off because he gets silenced too quickly from your boy JC. And actually the big bad bird is going to take him down. Banana Slam Jamma gets hit with a sniper ult, but he actually just ults and just... Well, he wants to turn around. He can't quite do so yet. They'll take him down with the Abaddon. And Skywrath Mage may not be in the best of situations here. Goody dropping fast, but not fast enough as they actually will purge off the silence. Futse, he's going to go down here. It's a great trade for Wheel as they lose one and they take 3.
Now, Wheel just pretty much doing their best impersonation of Root Gaming right there. Because that's pretty much what Root Gaming has been known for, at least on the previous incantation of their team, is the fact of actually just starting an engagement and just picking every single one of them off, like leave no survivors kind of style. Unless it's like a really good outplay and just never letting it up. So I mean, they've been spotted out at the pit though.
But 470 can't blink thanks to the sniper shrapnel as well. And Aegis gonna be picked up by the Brewmaster after all.
Oh, there goes Assassinate actually, and ooh,
it's gonna be enough. I mean, there's almost too much damage on Shrapnel at this point. If you stand in it long enough, I mean, it's your own fault, yeah, but it does a lot. It's like, what, potential 480 damage at max level.
Here's the deal. it's like, well, it is your fault to standing onto the shrapnel, but when you have 3 charges or shrapnel, it's kind of difficult just to evade it, because it's just like, well, I'm just gonna leapfrog them. You know, just gonna drop shrapnel here, or you're moving that way, I'm just gonna put some in front of you. You know, so overall, it's like, yeah, it deals a lot of damage just because of the fact that if he has full charges, he's just gonna place them in a way that you're gonna eat the brunt of it, and there's nothing you can do.
What are you gonna do? Blink out of it? No, you can't. Sorry. There's shrapnel in your eye. You don't want to blink there.
Yeah. I mean,
it could get stuck.
Or maybe the shrapnel just drops into the dagger, so the dagger just gets malfunctions and start getting a short circuit or something like that.
Yeah. It's not a magic dagger. It's electronic. Yeah, let's switch over to net worth real quick. Banana Slam Gemma, he's leading the board by quite a wide margin, about a 1,200 gold lead for him over the Sniper. However, Sniper seems to be doing a lot more with his items, sitting 6, 3, and 6, but has died a few more times. The supports of Root, though, they're hurting.
However, they could be worse because they're hurting they're just behind by a level. However, their farm is, well, that's another hill beans. So yeah, oh my god, yeah, they're, well, at least JC has a staff of wizardry, but yeah.
And he's got mana boots. I mean, he's doing fine. It's Vinge that I'm worried about, sitting on medallion boots.
This is like broke. This is like,
what is it? The Mizoku like position we called it.
Broke, man. This is like really broke. This is like Mara Salvatrucha, bro.
Big Bad Bird with some big bad plays, throwing out the tornado there, keeping him off of him, and he'll actually be able to use the Midas that he's got. I mean, this really looks like a funky support invoker, but it seems to be working somewhat well. He's 3, 3, and 5. I mean, he's not doing too bad here, Ruptur.
I mean, to be completely honest, the only funky part is just the Tranquil Boots, to be honest, which makes a lot of sense if you're gonna be roaming a lot with Ghost Walk and, you know, pretty much try to do like what a Train Protector does usually. And oh my god, he's just gonna attack the creeper like that. Good tornado. He's gonna set it up for the last.
Oh, the purge! And Big Bad Bird is gonna be down on the ground for, well, a big bad long time. In other words.
Let's see. Oh god, he's gonna get totally slaughtered. And JC try to get away. Uh-oh.
Wait, can they dive this though? He doesn't have Force Staff, does he? Where is he?
No.
No. He buys a Bracer, throws out an ult, and, well, he heads home. The short way.
Also, this is one of the reasons why people, I think it was Sai that asked, well, okay, how do you deal with a Brewmaster in general? And Sai told, I think it was on an interview, that he said, focus the damn blue panda. And this is the reason why.
Yeah, it's the crowd control panda.
From Split, he's just, I mean, the Split is way underwhelming.
And it's like, oh cool, you have a stun, and you have a really squishy damage dealer that isn't going to do much. Actually, Chalera, well, he's got Aegis, so he'll be okay here. And he's got a team with so many heals it's not even funny, so he'll definitely be okay here. But it looked like he was diving a bit deep there. Actually going for the Blink Travels build. A little interesting, but definitely gives him mobility and keeps him saving money to the late game.
Yeah, I mean, it's just cutting cost in that regard. Probably I wouldn't be surprised if he goes like for a battle build on the back of this. He's not gonna have that much attack speed to begin with compared to like threats, but to be honest, saving that gold from the TPs is gonna be worth it. Also, the extra movement speed is really good just to catch up with enemy heroes. Because people tend to forget how much the extra movement speed that you get from Boots of Travel compared to the other sets of boots really, you know, pumps you with. You know?
Even phase boots, unless you're practically all the way to haste movement speed, Boots of Travel will push you over the edge just a little bit. They will pick up a gem, though, on the side of Wheel. Oddly enough.
Well, it's to deal with the Slark.
And to make sure they keep their lead, I guess, in terms of map control and whatnot.
Yes. Again, the problem is, like, if that gem falls onto Root's hands, it's gonna get a lot of mileage out of that.
it's not nearly as easy for them to pick it up as it is for Root. And actually, CEVO hit with a tornado, no follow-up though, so he's gonna be fine.
And not only that, but it's the fact that okay, you have a Slark, and on top of that, you have a Batrider, so they are gonna deward you.
Yeah, they will definitely.
If they get the gem into their hand, so and that's just gonna be really hard for your supports in particular, because then you'll have to just go panic mode and just, you know, play really, really methodically and defensively.
The issue is though that Slark and Batrider, they don't really have time to stand around and deward for a while. They want to rather just be farming it up, you know.
Well, Slark, yes, but Batrider, I think he can make a little bit of a time. I mean,
yeah, once he's got his Blink Force, okay.
I mean, it's like you can delay a little bit here and there. I mean, what you're gonna get a Blacking Bar, okay, but
yeah,
you can delay. Oh, Banana Slammy Jam and Tolera.
He's in trouble, but he actually gets the split off just in time. Your boy JC will actually go down here to Relic, and Banana on the other end of the fight, on the run here. Not quite fast enough. They take down the Batrider. EMP comes out as well. And it looks like Futse will probably be going down. Yep. Goody able to secure the kill. And they're going to look for Invoker near the mid lane. Hexing him up. Keeping him down. And the Shackle is going to be there. And Brew with the blink in. Easy crit. Big Bad Bird can't quite invoke another spell to get away with. And it's a full 5-man wipe for Wheel once again. However, I mean, just when they seem to be falling, we keep seeing Root manage to crawl back in. So.
You mean Wheel or? Oh, you mean Root?
Either one. I mean, it goes back and forth a lot here. Now, very recently, of course, it's been in the favor of Wheel, but you can see that big dip in Root's graph. And when Banana has his way in the team fight, he has his way in the team fight, and he definitely gets a lot done. He's already got his Scotty. Sniper, I'm assuming, is working on his. Yeah, his is coming now. So, he won't get quite as much slow out of it as Slark does, I believe. No, wait, that was an old patch. Sorry, just kidding.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's gonna get more mileage out of it because he's able to get more right clicks into the enemies, pretty much because of the range.
Oh, but Sleazel in a lot of trouble. He'll get dragged back here. They're trying to keep him alive desperately. Is it enough even? Tolera moves forward. Sleazel going to earn himself up. And Slark isn't really in this fight yet and may not even make it there until it's far too late. Fan of Storyhound on the Shadow Shaman with a triple kill, mostly just with the wards. Banana. Uh-oh.
Man, what you doing?
Ulti. No, he can't. He's down. He's down for 100 seconds, and it's GG already. Root Gaming will drop out of CEVO. And Wheel will push on forward.
God damn, man.
I mean, you can call it a premature GG, but they know when they're beat. I will say, though, they came in 8th seed. They're against the best team in the tournament right now, and that's Wheel. And they put up a hell of a fight.
Yeah, it's just the fact that, I guess, the fact that you have Tolera on your team pretty much is like, you're able to deal with Root Gaming pretty straightforward, man. Just because Tolera knows how to run, pretty much. It's like try to get pickups, try to get quick ganks and turn them into team fights, and just go for the juggler, never letting up throughout, you know, huge long team fights. And we were like, okay, so that's how you guys gonna do it. All right. We're just gonna make ourselves some space. We're gonna try to play a little bit more greedy. We're gonna try to blue ball you, at least on the first game.
Yeah.
And on the second one, it was a little bit more of an even fight, but it was still, you know, just Wheel just winning their lanes pretty much. Even though they were doing decent trades on the side of Root, but just Wheel the first team fights, they just got more out of it. And when they lost team fights, they were like, okay, we're just gonna reset, we're gonna recope with this, and then we're just gonna give him a pretty much a taste of their own medicine. With again, with the help of Tolera, I cannot doubt for a second that was, you know, thanks to Tolera just giving the input about this.
I'd also like to point out Derp's Abaddon. The stats don't really show it, but he was in position every time. They'd lasso someone, they'd silence someone, and Tolera would just be like, aphotic shield, aphotic shield, aphotic shield. Whole team is safe. Nobody is in much trouble, honestly. And it really made the game work. So a quick 25-minute game, and Wheel will move on forward. I'm not sure who they're playing next, but it will happen sometime later this week. Ruptur can check it out. In the meantime, though, we are, of course, Truesight TV. You can find us at Truesight TV on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. You can find myself at SB Revolution 5 or SB Revolution 5 Dota on those. And then Ruptur at Ruptur with a 3 instead of an E. Have you got that bracket for me?
Ruptur Dota on Facebook, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It seems like the winner from this is going to deal with, the match that no one casted.
The Uni Gaming and
Black Sheep.
Black Sheep.
I hope Black Sheep wins. So,
yeah, I'm gonna see if I can actually.
I know that there is one particular.
It says TBA. I don't have a score on that at the moment. We'll figure it out later. We'll let you guys know. Okay. Check our Twitter for updates, and
it's gonna be in a couple days. Actually, the next series is gonna be on the not in a couple days. Sorry, on the 3rd. I mean, on the 2nd of March.
So Sunday, Monday, yeah.
Monday.
All right, guys. Well, this is Truesight TV signing off. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that follow button on your way out, and we'll see you guys next time.